Hi, everybody. I'm Matt Gaschk with SoundersFC.com here alongside Arlo White at Dick's Sporting Goods Park in Commerce City, Colorado. Sounders fall 1-0 to the Colorado Rapids. And Arlo, tell me about what you saw from the booth.
Well, I think we jinxed the Sounders a little bit. We are partly responsible, Matt, by saying that Connor Casey hadn't scored from open play during the scouting report. And you know, you got a sense, and we talked about it in the pre-game on our broadcast as well, and you know, he was left out of the World Cup 30, so inevitably left out of the 23. USA beat Turkey 2-1, and Robbie Findlay was involved in the equalising goal, and I'm sure that has hurt Connor Casey, and I'm sure he feels bruised about it, and he showed everything in that one play of what a good player he is. I spoke to Jeff Park this morning in our production meeting, and he said, look, he's going to be physical as a first game, as a first start for the Sounders. This is going to be tough, and it was. And you know, I thought there was a hint of a foul actually from Casey on Jeff, but he showed everything. He showed that he's got physical power and finesse when it matters, because the finish was absolutely magnificent. And his first goal from open play, and that was the only goal, and it separated the sides, and there you go.
That said, the defense did pretty well against Casey and Cummings, especially considering Hurtado's out of the lineup now.
They did, and I thought Jeff had a good night. I thought Tyrone was absolutely excellent. So when he goes to ground, he doesn't do it very often. When he goes to ground, he times his tackles superbly, as does James Riley, actually. Yeah. And I thought Leo Gonzalez had a good night. He struggled the last time we were at altitude at Real Salt Lake, didn't he? He went off after 48 minutes, feeling a bit unwell, but he lasted the distance tonight against Omar Cummings, who I thought had a very good first half. It was a good battle, that, wasn't it? But again, we haven't scored a goal, and not for the lack of trying in the first 45 minutes. Patiani with a terrific volley, absolutely excellent volley. Difficult for Pickens to deal with because it bounced just in front of him, but he did. And I thought the Montero lovely little slide pass to Lundberg, who was in on the right channel. Cross was just too deep for Pat Noonan because they'd switched positions very well. Then you've got Montero on the right-hand side, Lundberg running on the inside channel, and Noonan, excuse me, was the centre forward in that passage of play. And I thought at half-time it all looked pretty good. They'd had some good early chances. Casey himself from about 5 yards should have done better. Cummings from a corner with a header that was saved by Casey Keller. Our set pieces are an issue again. Every time a corner came in, it was headed out without a green shirt anywhere near it, it seemed to me, and they caused problems from their own set pieces, so that's something else to work on. But we had our moments in the first half, and I think we ran out of steam a little bit. Ziggy didn't agree with me after the game, but I felt we ran out of steam a little bit. Bellucci was on the ball the whole time for Colorado, and they killed the game very well. At 1-0 up, they managed to go to the corner flags, keep possession, and that was that.
Now 3-5-3, 2 more games before the World Cup break. Talk about what we need to see out of this team over these next 2 games.
We need to see goals, we need to see wins, and it's as simple as that now. There's no messing around now. And I said to Ziggy after the game, you know, is it time, you know, walking with kid gloves? Can you walk with kid gloves? I was wearing kid gloves. I was walking on eggshells. That's the phrase I'm looking for. It's been a long night. The altitude is getting to me. With Ziggy afterwards. And I said, look, you're given the opportunity to say, no, it's still early in the season. But he said, no, it's way beyond having to start winning. We need to start winning games. It's interesting that the next 2 are against New England and against DC, and both of them won 3-2 over the weekend. We have to shrug off this angst at home, and we have to play like we did against Boca, albeit that was a friendly. And we have to go out and enjoy the games, and we have to beat 2 Eastern Conference teams, because we have had no joy against Western Conference teams so far. What's that now? 0-3-2, I think. And there's a break coming up after that. If they can get 6 points from the next 2 games, then we'll go into the World Cup break feeling much better about things. But at the moment, there is work to be done.
There certainly is, and we'll hopefully see it next week. Sounders hosting the New England Revolution on Saturday at Quest Field. We'll see you there. Alongside Arlo White, I'm Matt Gaschk, SoundersFC.com.